Hey guys, this is just going to be a short little video going through a kind of a combo that I came up with last night and was just pretty excited to share, to be honest. Now, in my first video that I uploaded, I made a pretty bold claim that I thought the Lord of Virulence was rubbish. But I asked, anybody who disagreed with me to call me out in the comments, and somebody did, so thank you for that. Now you had actually pointed out something to me that I'd missed, because I miss things sometimes, for some reason I thought I had it in my head that the Plaguespurt gauntlets on the Deathshroud were still 6 inches, but of course, like all the other flame weapons, they're now 12 inches. And you said that coming down with the Lord of Virulence from Deep Strike could be good at hosing people off an objective, and that got me thinking. And I looked through the book and I thought, how that's true. How can we stack this up? How can we get that as horrible as possible? And this is what I've come up with. So what you would take is 6 Deathshroud, as long as you can still have a unit of 6. I hope I'm not wrong immediately right off the bat as soon as I started even talking. So as long as you can, yes, a unit of 6, because it's 2 to 5 in the champion. So you'd have 6 Deathshroud and a Lord of Virulence. And now personally, I would probably try to take a sorcerer, but it's not necessary. A Terminator sorcerer. And what I would do is bring them all down together, and we're going to assume for this example that we are using the Mortarion's Chosen Sons battalion, and the Lord of Virulence has the Arch-Contaminator Warlord trait. Now, personally, I think I'm still not sold on the Lord of Virulence. I think if I did this, I would probably use Typhus, because then that would negate the need for spending the points on the Terminator Sorcerer. But we're going to go for the Lord of Virulence on this, because that's the point. So they come down together. Now what this gets you is 7 Plaguespurt gauntlets, because you have 1 on each Deathshroud, and then you have 2 on the champion. Now, something that's interesting about this is I also said in that same video that I didn't like the Gift of Plague Psychic Power. I said that I didn't think it was something you'd ever use. And here I am about to say that it's part of a big plan. So this is why I like to make. I wanted to make these videos. It's why I want people to give me feedback in the comments, because you don't think of everything on your own. And so straight off the bat, I'm essentially coming around to a different way of thinking. So we're going to assume you've deep struck down, you've got a good target. There's a few points you're playing here, so you want a good target. And we're in the psychic phase, and you've just cast Gift of Plagues on the Deathshroud. Now the reason we're doing this is because the Deathshroud turn 2 would have a 3-inch contagion range, but the champion can have a wargear option called the Chimes of Contagion, which gives them another 3 inches, so they'd be up to a 6-inch aura for their contagion. And of course they've deployed somewhere outside of 9 inches. So this power going off on them will actually give them a 12-inch contagion range on turn 2. And the reason I wanted this to happen is because the Plaguespurt gauntlets are only strength 3. And even if you had the Arch-Contaminator rerolls, 5's rerolling, it's okay, but it's not great. 4's rerolling though, that's very reliable there. Now the reason that I said the sorcerer is optional is because you could also spend 2 command points on Eternal Hatred and get +1 to wound that way, and that would save you the points on a sorcerer, but it's always nice to save command points if you can. And you could potentially do both if you wanted to, extend the contagion range to 12 inches immediately on turn 2 to put your marine targets, intercessor targets, hellblaster targets down to toughness 3, and then do Eternal Hatred. Although if I did that, I think I would not bother with Arch-Contaminator, because 3's rerolling 1s would be good enough. But if we're going to assume that you would do only one of those things, so it's toughness 3 versus strength 3, so you're on force to wound, re-rolling because of Arch Contaminator, I think that's good enough. Now, what's going to happen is you're going to get 7d6 auto hits. These are of course range 12 on a unit that's 9 inches or something away. So you should be in range of both your Plague Spurt gauntlets and your contagion range pretty easily. You also would need the chimes, because of course if you're deep striking you're more than 9 inches away, so just the turn 2 contagion range of 3 inches plus the 6-inch Gift of Plagues would not be quite enough. You'd be a few millimeters out, so you need the chimes to make sure that you're 6 inches before the Gift of Plagues. Now what we're going to do here is take 7 hits. That was a disgusting roll. I just got a whole handful of 1s, so we're going to take the prerogative of the fact that I'm filming this and I can do what I like. Roll, because I'd like something a bit more average than that. Okay, not a good roll still, but it's good enough. We've got 10, 14, 15, 20, 24. That's okay. 24 is okay. A lot better than 7. That was statistically terrible, and if that happens to you, then you just give up. To be honest with you, just give up and go home. Right, so 25. Got 20 dice here. I think I said 24 actually. So let's give me the benefit of the doubt and go for 24. So they're auto hits. You've already hit. Wounding on 4s. Okay, this is a quick edit that I've got to insert into the video, because when the first time I filmed this I completely forgot to mention that the reason we've gone for the Mortarion's Chosen Sons is to use the Plague Brewer's stratagem for 1 command point. What this does is it makes the Plague Spurt gauntlets damage 2. So any failed saves in a minute will be 1 dead Space Marine. Now we've got the Lord of Virulence with us, who is giving us the -1 AP on 6s. As of the first dice roll, I've got no 6s, which is one of the reasons I don't like him. I don't think that the 6s are going to pay off enough to really justify taking him over another character like Typhus or somebody. But this isn't... I don't want to seem like I'm trying to prove you wrong, because I'm glad that you commented, and this was a terrible roll. Again, I should have got some 6s there, but I didn't. Let's take out the misses, the failed wounds, and see if I maybe get some 6s on this, on the second round, because that... oh dear. Okay. So you've got some wounds there already. Now we'll re-roll all of these. Okay, we've got 1 6. Now, this is not turning out to be the best example, because for some reason my rolling has gone to hell. So we've got our 1 6. This is of course putting our Marines down to a 4+ armor save. They failed it. That's 1 dead Marine. Now we have 6, 12, 13 normal saves for the Marines to make. 3 up saves. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So altogether that's 6 dead intercessors, or Marines of any kind. That's definitely below average. I did some test rolling off camera last night. I was killing about 8 or 9 or 10, because I was also getting a lot more 6s for the +1 AP. That's not how it's turned out. I'll tell you what I'm going to do. I'm going to roll another 7d6, and we're going to just very quickly. Okay, so that's 10, 15, 20, 23. 23, that's 1 less than last time, so it should be an even fairer chance. We're wounding on 4s. 1, 2, 3, 4. Oh, there you go. 5, 6 6s that time. So it's a bit swingy. That's why it's good to do more than one rolling, I think. We'll re-roll these ones. Another 2 6s. Not great on the wounds, but this time we've ended up actually with 8 6s. So these we're going to roll on a 4+ armor save. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So straight away, much better this turn. That's 5 Marines dead, and then you've got your regular armor saves. They failed another 2, so that's 7 Marines dead. Or If you're shooting this at something that maybe was multi-wounded, you know, that's a grand total of 14 wounds there. That would take out most things. And of course, the Lord of Virulence himself has his own twin plague sprayer, which would be 2d6 shots auto hitting. So that was some pretty good damage output. And of course, that's that's just the shooting. They're a squad of Deathshroud Terminators now, so they can charge something and absolutely ruin it in combat, hopefully, unless they fail their charge. I think this is pretty good. I don't think that I would use it because I'm probably not going to play the Mortarion's Chosen Sons units myself, but it's definitely a good option, I think. Being able to take the whole unit of 7d6 worth of shots, making them damage 2, getting them wounding on 4s, rerolling, AP -1 on 6s for the Lord of Virulence. I think it's pretty good. I rolled not so great, but I still, it's still a good result to kill 7 Marines or so. It's definitely pretty nasty. I think I might try it sometime. You try it if you think it's all right. I think I might try to do a couple more videos like this where I just focus on a specific combination, and put up some shorter ones. I think that'd be pretty fun. So yeah, see you next time hopefully, and thank you.